We are the DFPN. Always question the answers.
No Gimmicks Podcast, and we bring it to you. Every time we turn live, man, you know it's the truth. Every after show, move it down. This the time we move around. No Gimmicks Podcast is going down. Every night, every time in the ring. This is the time for no gimmicks. No, we doing our thing. What's your state of mind? State of mind. Moving down the statement when we take the line. This is exactly wrestling the state design. When you see Stone Cold like me, with the stunner in the world, exactly, man, what we bring. Every night we move like Brock Lesnar, the F5, no gimmicks. We take you to your limit, what's the feeling? When we live in the air, you know we on, this the time. Guarantee we move, you know how we respond. The state is mine, the state design when we feel it. Moving down, what's the healing? No gimmicks is the feeling.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the No Gimmicks Podcast here on the DFPN, and that's right, it's Saturday, and we got a Saturday morning show for you. It's kind of like the old days. You wake up Saturday, wrestling is on your television, but this time it's no gimmicks. You know what I mean? We here to talk about some shit, but we're back to my co-host, D Vader. Welcome back, buddy. Welcome back.
What's up, my good man? What's up, man? Huh?
Before we jump into the show, we got a good show.
Yeah.
But before we jump,
we always do.
Yeah, we always do. Before we jump into this shit, though, some numbers came out, and
they did.
I don't know how they get them. I don't know where the fuck they come from, but somehow, in the pro wrestling podcast realm, No Gimmicks Podcast is number 4 in the rankings for pro wrestling podcasts. There are some heavyweight fucking wrestling podcasts out there, but behind Chris Van Vliet, Bruce Pritchard, and Busted Open is No Gimmicks. How are we feeling about this?
Well, I'm feeling, kind of like it's a fluke. I mean, I know that, like just shooting here, like we do a damn good show. We do a damn good show. This is crazy because I didn't realize it, but we've actually been doing this show for 6 years. That's how long No Gimmicks has been around. It started off as wrestling with my thoughts, then wrestling with our thoughts, and then it just transformed into the No Gimmicks Podcast. So it's crazy to think that we'd be number 4. And we were talking about this, are these numbers legitimate? I guess they are legitimate. So, congratulations to us, but also the listeners out there that pumped us up to the point where we are number 4 in the podcast world. That's an incredible achievement. And I think it goes to the hard work that we have done here on this show. We are specifically, let's just make it very clear. We are not a wrestling show. We are a show that happens to talk about wrestling, but we talk about Star Wars. We talk about Marvel. We talk about Disney. We talk about all kinds of different things. Yeah. So if people rocking with what we're doing and rocking with the Black Mac and rocked with Frank Dee, who transformed into D Vader, I'm with it. Thank you very much for rocking with us and continuing to put us out there and all that. Because I think what it comes down to with us is people realize that when you look at our show, you're not dealing with no fakes. We ain't no fakes and we ain't no flakes. You feel me? Like we keep it 1,000 for real because we got nothing to lose. It's like I can say whatever I want to because I have no aspirations or desires to be employed by WWE or anything like that. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? So I'll say whatever I want to because it's the truth. And the truth ain't never wrong. The truth ain't never going to hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? You can never take the truth as a diss.
Yeah. No, real shit. And we don't shill for nobody. No. That's the basis of this show. It's no gimmicks. We ain't faking the funk for nobody. So no. I do think the number speaks to the genuineness of the show, though. So you know, I mean, you look at us, and you're right, man. We've been plugging this show for years. You know what I mean? And just going back, even with Wrestling with My Thoughts, it wasn't too many episodes of that show. It's
No.
more go no gimmicks than anything. You know what I mean? So it does speak to how long we've been working on this show, the growth of this show, to see where we are now. But yeah, man, it's. I had a little bit of imposter syndrome because I couldn't believe it. I was like, "What?"
Yeah, I saw this, and I'm like, when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, this is a rib. This is I'm like, this is complete bullshit." That's what I thought. Because I'm like, how in the world would we be at number 4 when it comes to? But apparently, that's what happened. So hey, that's what's up.
And it's not just because I touted that number because it is one of the highest numbers, but it's not the only category that No Gimmicks was ranked in.
Right.
And that speaks to DFPN as a whole, because there's multiple categories that all of our shows are ranked in.
Right.
And the surprising one for me is, like, we're in the top 25 across everything that we're ranked in. We're in the top 25 in that shit. And the one that surprised me the most was the Netflix category, because, you know, like you said, we do talk more than wrestling. You know what I mean? And to see that number be high, that was a shock too. I was like, oh shit, maybe we are on to something.
Well, you know, and like I said, yeah, exactly. And like I said, I appreciate everybody out there that's listening to us, that's continuing to rock with No Gimmicks. There's been some times where we thought about just calling this shit a wrap, because
no shit, bro.
we wasn't like we weren't getting anywhere with this situation.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But we kept at it, we kept grinding, kept working. And that's just not just us; it's the entire DFPN family.
Yeah.
It's like everybody ranked up, you know, with the numbers. So it's a testament to everybody's hard work. You know, Eat the Cake Anime, Smoke Pit, Cranes of Nerdom, USDN. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know, is popping right now. And that's a good thing for us as a network, you know what I'm saying, as a whole. And we got a lot more things to come. So here's something that you don't know. I am on an endeavor right now. I think I mentioned before, but I had a 3D printer.
Mm-hmm.
I bought another 3D printer. So, yeah. So the one that I have right now is called the Elegoo Neptune 4 Max. It's a very big printer.
Mm-hmm.
I am in the process right now of building the Vader from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
Oh shit.
So I've already printed out the helmet. I'm right now working on the dome, but I'm going to work on the chest armor, and I'm working on the shin guards. Now, I'm saying that to say this. There's a possibility that I'm going to be recording all these things as I am producing this build. So
that's
that
awesome.
could be kind of like a little mini series kind of thing that I'm going to be bringing to the YouTube and possibly the Patreon to get people kind of like a backstage kind of view of what it's like in the life of D Vader, like how these things happen.
That's dope.
You know, so I got this stuff going. It's working on the dome. It says 2 days for the dome, and it'll be 2 or 3 days for the chest armor, and then 2 more days for the shoulder belts for the chest armor, and then 2 more days after that for the shin guards a piece. So yeah, it's a lot of shit that goes into it, man. And it's going to be, I'm probably going to go through the entire process of you know, sanding it down, epoxy resin over it to build it up. The whole masking it off, painting it, the entire build is probably going to end up being into this little series here of building a Vader.
That's dope, man.
Yeah,
that's very
dope.
Thinking
about bringing that to the network, to the Patreon, and also still going to be doing still going to be doing the podcast with my man Canadian Vader. We're going to talk about the Rogue One Vader because that's his thing. He's also the one that came up. So the 501st Legion, which is a costuming group dedicated to Star Wars, officially recognized by Lucasfilm. Of course, I'm still going through the approval process for that. But he is the one who came up with what's called the CRL, the Costume Reference Library. He's the one who came up with the CRL for the Obi-Wan Kenobi Vader. So he put the entire costume together from help from some other people, but they went through and got screen grabs and actually 3D scanned a lot of shit to create the parts, which then turned into the STL file or OBG file or OBJ file, excuse me, which is then what we print out.
That's
so
dope.
Everything that I'm doing is pretty much off of that scan.
Yeah.
So that's what's up. So that's what I'm currently working on at the moment.
That's dope, man. Hey, go ahead and put that shit on put it on the channel, bro. Like,
yeah,
that's something I think people need to see. Honestly,
I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be real cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I might just drop a short because there's a lot of people that like they have no idea about like the Vader costume. I mean, there's plenty of videos on YouTube, but I don't know. I might just drop a short of just this is my shit. This is hey, this is a New Hope Vader. Like look at standing behind me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
most definitely, man.
Yeah,
most definitely. That'd be dope. And it's your story on how you built it. So
yeah,
I like that.
I'm thinking about doing it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think it'd be good for people to see, and inspire some people out there who want to be cosplayers or whatever.
Yeah, you never know, man. And like seeing those folks do that, and then knowing, because a lot of those guys do it, and they do charities. Like you did a charity event. In cosplay, and you never know who you could share up with that type of stuff, man. Like that's something that I've learned about the cosplay world is they don't do it just to do it. Like there's things that go behind it, and there's causes that they support to cheer people up, and that shit is awesome, bro. Like no shit, that's some awesome shit.
No, there's a lot of people that genuinely do it for just wanting to be cosplayers, and that's fine.
Right.
Wanting to make a career of cosplaying, that's fine. I might get there one day myself. But there's a lot of people that just do it for the clout. There's a lot of people that are that I see in the Legion that do it for the clout.
Yeah.
And I'm not about doing it for the clout. What I'm about doing it for is for the charity. I'm about doing it for the underprivileged kids or the kids that are sick, the kids that are in the hospital that can't leave the hospital with their families. And if you can bring a smile to their face for 1 minute of the day and take them out of the illness or the ailment that they're facing right now, that means more to me than clout.
Yeah, most definitely. And that's why I say that part of it, it doesn't get touted enough. It really doesn't. But seeing it, because I've been following multiple cosplayers, but seeing them do stuff like that, bro, like it's amazing to see. And it's almost thankless because you don't expect people to just go out of their way and do stuff like that. But that's the type of stuff that I like seeing, and I do want to recognize it.
Yeah, no, that's the thing, dude. It's like when I did that hospital troop back in December of last year, that was an interesting situation because I had just got off work, and I immediately I worked at 12, and I immediately and I had to go back to work that night. But I worked at 12, came home, grabbed all my gear, went to the hospital, got dressed, stayed in a costume for like 3.5 hours, and was damn near sick as a dog in the hospital. That's how bad it got, because you can overheat. I didn't have fans in my helmet at the time, so it's just you're sweating like crazy and you're dehydrated because like I can't pull my mask off like that, So it's just a lot that goes into it. But I wasn't going to break, even if I felt like, okay, I'm about to collapse here. I'm not going to collapse. I'm not going to stop, because guess what? That kid is fighting something that's worse than what I'm dealing with right now. So why am I going to stop? So I persevered. I used the power of the dark side to keep going.
You had to throw that in there.
I did.
But nah, that's some cool shit, man. That really is.
That's a true story. That's a true story.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's some cool shit. I appreciate that, and I salute you, bro. Seriously.
I appreciate that.
That's dope, man. But yeah, let's get into the show. We got a good one. That was a great way to start, actually. But before we start burying people, that's awesome.
Oh boy, try not to be too bad on them.
I know, yeah, no, we ain't burying nobody. We
Right.
got it. We got some critiques to hand out.
Like I said, bro, the truth can never be considered a diss.
No, it can't. So this is honest feedback. We're seeing it. We're gonna tell you what we see, what we like, what we don't like. But let's get into it. We're gonna start with AEW today. Let's start with them. The Hurt Syndicate. It starts. They are over. They are really, really over. And AEW, for their credit, has started to go down the storytelling route. Can they polish up on some things? Absolutely. But they are starting to produce some intriguing storylines, one of which was the MJF and the Hurt Syndicate angle, right? They've been refusing to let him in. The one person that won't let him in, the Hurt Syndicate, was Bobby Lashley.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward to last week's Dynamite. Same deal. They vote. Bobby Lashley votes MJF in. And my interest level was high. It still is kind of high because I still want to see where this where this goes. But I can't lie, this angle took a hit from me because Bobby Lashley approved MJF into the Hurt Syndicate, and it feels like there's going to be a swerve coming. We talked before the show. What are your thoughts?
That's my thoughts. Is there's a swerve coming. And first of all, I have to commend Tony Khan and AEW, MVP Lashley, Sheldon Benjamin, the way they have handled the Syndicate.
Mm-hmm.
They came in as badass heels, feuding with Swerve, and they got over. And they got over organically. That's a power WWE of music. Real good music. That somebody can get over.
Yep.
That track, We Hurt People, that's a hot track. That's a dope song. It's in my rotation on Spotify. That's how hot it is.
Yep.
That song is on my list. New Day's World is on my list too.
Yep.
I like their song. But in saying that, I'm willing to give this a chance. But I hope it's not an MJF swerve at the end that's going to make the Syndicate look stupid. That's my only.
Right.
You can't squander this because we've seen this too many times with AEW when they do these things with MJF. Is it cool to see MJF in the Syndicate? Yeah, of course it is. Mm-hmm. But they have an opportunity here to do something special here. You can build towards MJF becoming a world champion with the Syndicate. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But at the same time, if I'm writing the story, maybe the Syndicate swerves him. Maybe you replace him, you bring a Cedric Alexander in.
That's where my mind went.
You can do these things. So there's a lot of different intriguing. I'm willing to give them a shot to see where they go with this. But overall, lately, I have to say that the things I've seen, I have been digging AEW more as far as all around wrestling show.
Yeah.
With the stories I'm interested in. Okay.
Right.
I'm intrigued here by the Hurt Syndicate MJF stuff. That's very, very good television. My favorite act on the show is Stokely Hathaway and FTR.
Ooh.
That's my favorite act on the show. They have been killing it since they turned heel on Adam Copeland. Like, it rejuvenated FTR.
Yes.
And then you put Stokely Hathaway out there. You give him something now in the role of Jim Cornette, kind of, because he's wrestling like Cornette.
Yep.
Okay. So you have him in that role with them. They have instant chemistry together. Like, it just makes sense.
Yep.
So I'm digging it. I'm digging what they're doing. No complaints at all.
You hit the nail on the head because he has that loudness and that kind of obnoxiousness that Jim Cornette has.
He hadn't found that since he's been in AEW. He had not found. Now you give him something to do. You that's all it takes, bro. Is you take somebody who is like not doing anything, catering possibly.
Yeah.
Put him back on TV. Give them a storyline they can sink their teeth into.
Right.
And this is what you're getting here
Right.
with FTR and them. And I'm still holding out. Eventually, you're going to see the introduction or a reunion, I should say, of Edge and Christian.
I hope so. I hope so. And yeah, you're right, man. Like the intriguing part of that is you have them in a role with Stokely Hathaway, and you know how good of a tag team they are. And you have that annoying guy that can get on everybody's nerves, but get the heat for the team. And it works. It just works. So I'm very interested to seeing them. But yeah, your point in intriguing storylines, they've been working on this for a minute. And it's starting to catch on. They're starting to get into a groove with their storytelling. And it's evident because you're starting to see it more and more on every shows. And now they're starting to build continuation show to show. It's not just everything's thrown together. They're starting to really build cohesive shows. So again, with this angle with the Hurt Syndicate, for me, I'm like you. If I'm willing to see where this goes, my mind immediately went to, all right, this is going to set up Cedric Alexander. Because in my head, I was like, he said yes. Bobby Lashley said yes way too quick. he said it way too quick.
Well, did he really though? He told MJF a few weeks ago,
if you hurt somebody,
you need to hurt somebody.
Yeah, you need to hurt somebody.
You need to hurt people.
Yeah.
That's what he told him.
But that being said, for me, I would have liked to have seen him hold off just a little bit. Just be like, I'm not impressed. Yeah, you did that, but do that to somebody credible.
Yeah, but see, at that point, dude, you're dragging it out too long.
I get that too. So
they had this was a special episode of Dynamite, anyways. Beach
right.
So they had to pull the trigger here.
I get that. On that, I agree with you on that. For me, I was like, if you could have drugged this out maybe another week, or hold off. I'm going to give you an answer, but I'm going to give you an answer in because they got Double or Nothing coming up. And in my head, it's like maybe Cedric debuts at Double or Nothing, and he's the fourth member, and he attacks MJF. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't. So,
but if you do that, here's the problem. If you do that, because look at the pop he got when he joined him.
Exactly.
But if you do that, then do you turn the syndicate into heels? Because this is the problem that they have right now in AEW when it comes to MJF. People don't want to boo.
They don't want to boo the Hurt Syndicate.
They don't want to boo the syndicate.
Right.
So that's the problem. He's just not an effective heel anymore. It's just people want to love him. It's like with Randy Orton. Like you can't turn Randy heel because Randy is at the point now where it won't work.
He's too loved.
That's the thing with Seth Rollins. Same thing. They're having a problem with WWE with Seth Rollins. Same situation. People like Seth Rollins. They like Ron Breakker.
Yeah, seriously. And that's the biggest issues with them. Yeah. So when the crowd wants to love them, it's like you turn them. But I don't know, man. Like wrestling crowds are weird because you can love them, but once they get to the top, you hate them. It's like
yeah, I don't know. That's just the hater mentality.
It is.
You know it is. It's like once you, I think the way people see it is once you get to that level and get over like that, you become part of the corporate company. And that's when everybody, okay, we're going to find the new flavor of the month.
Right.
Pretty much is how it goes. But yeah, I don't know. I just hope that they don't do anything stupid with this. Now, I'll tell you what I'm not digging on the show. I am not digging the Death Riders. I don't like that angle.
Thank you.
I don't like them with the Bucks.
Thank you.
I thought the initial thing was they were out to destroy AEW. Why would the Young Bucks being the elite, the company is called All Elite Wrestling, why would they be siding with the Death Riders? Why would they be trying to hook up with the Death Riders?
Question.
That makes no sense to me. It should be going into blood and guts with the Death Riders versus the
Versus
Elite.
the Elite.
You should be seeing Omega joining up with Okada and the Bucks to take on the Death Riders. That's what should be happening here, not this super group of, I don't know what the hell they want to call this, but it's just I'm not feeling it.
No, I'm with you there. I'm with you there. And so they did set up Anarchy in the arena for Double or Nothing, but it's with I know Swerve's in there. There's a couple people. The Ops are in there, Samoa Joe, Shibata and Hobbs, and somebody else is in, and Willow is in Anarchy in the arena. So
Okay.
They did set that up. That wasn't bad, but I'm like you, man, they need to get this title off Moxley and fast, because, and I get it too, but if you look at the numbers, because Moxley was one of the highest segments in the quarter hours, he's kind of dipped off a little bit. So I think once if the numbers suggest that he's not the highest segment anymore, because he was, and that kind of justifies him keeping the title, because as much as we hate this storyline, it's the highest rated segment week to week on Dynamite.
Well, I understand that. There's listen. I think the thing what it is, the story just doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Like I still don't
Right.
understand what the point of it was. I remember when
Exactly.
they formed it, when Moxley came out there and went after Tony Schiavone. I remember when all this stuff happened.
Right.
I still don't understand what this is about. Like, what is this leading up to? I don't.
Something got
That's the
fucked
part
up.
that I don't get it.
Yeah, something got fucked
somewhere this went away, went awry, I should say. So I'm not understanding exactly what this is, the point, the motivation of this group. I don't get it. And I just think that Moxley, they were way more over when they were the Blackpool Combat Club than they are as the Death Riders.
I agree.
I don't like the name Death Riders. It's the name of your damn theme song, bro. I don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
And I think Wild Thing was the better song too, because it cut it, dude. It's like, okay, it's like when you watch the WWE Network and you see that they dubbed over DDP's Self High Five music with this song called Diamonds that Jim Johnston did. It's a dub track. They have to dub over Self High Five because a lot of people don't know that Self High Five and a lot of other WCW theme songs like Raven, Shane Douglas, all that they dub over. Those songs are actually still at Turner.
Yep.
The Turner Music Library. So WWE doesn't actually own those tracks. It's down in Turner. But anyways, the point I'm trying to make is this. When you see Diamond Dallas Page come out there on a WCW TV show in 97, you remember how they used to pop big.
The feel, yeah.
The pop is gone.
Yeah.
Because you have to dub it over now. You have to bury the song. And when you bury the song, you bury the audio track of the audience as well. You bury the moment. So that's kind of what it is right now. When Moxley would come out there and he would come out with Wild Thing and the people would be going crazy, you don't see it anymore. You just see people like,
what the fuck is this? Yeah.
Yeah.
But in that sense, it's kind of a smart move on that end, because if you're a heel, you don't want people singing along to your shit. So in that sense,
they're okay. You're right about that. I don't mean to cut you off, but you just brought something to my attention. That's the problem they're having with Seth Rollins, because they have not changed his music. And he's still getting a pop, and he's not doing anything to stop that pop.
Yep.
He's still getting it.
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying, bro. They got a lot of problems over here with this, because people, like I said, people at a certain point in time, people just don't want to boo you anymore.
Right.
We saw this with Hogan in WCW after that long run as Hollywood around February 99. That's when it started to turn. And by March 99, when he wrestled Ric Flair and Uncensored in the steel cage for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship, they did a double turn. Mm-hmm. Hogan went face, because Hogan worked that whole match as a babyface. Ric Flair turned heel, had Charles Robinson help him defeat Hogan for the title. That's kind of what it was. People just got tired of booing Hogan. And then a few months later, Hogan turns back babyface. Well, real babyface, he went back to being Hulkamania in the red and yellow.
Yep.
Same thing here with Seth Rollins. I don't foresee Rollins being a heel that much longer, because there's no reason for it. It doesn't make good business sense for him to be a heel if the people are going to be siding with you. Like, this whole thing, it just got messed up, bro.
Yeah, I agree. I agree there. Some went bad, especially with this Death Rider angle. Like in the beginning, when Moxley first cut that promo with Shivani, I was like, they got something. And then shit went left. I don't know.
It went left big.
Yeah,
we heard the rumors. We heard the rumors that possible Shane McMahon was going to be involved in this or whatever. And that was a rumor. Who knows if it's true or false? We don't know. But that was the rumor.
They kept fueling that shit because the Bucks would pop up in pictures with them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like they showed them in pictures, and then there was that meeting with Tony Khan. They showed pictures of that. So it did fuel a lot of shit, especially with Moxley cutting that promo. And it just felt like they were going down that road, and then they didn't. Right. And then I think the whole angle suffered because you don't have Shane McMahon. And people thought that's what it was leading to.
If it was
they're trying to band-aid it.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I still don't know right now, and we've been in this for months.
Right.
I still don't know the motivation.
You still don't know what the fuck
I don't know what this is about. I don't understand the whole thing when they were attacking Wheeler Yuta and took out Bryan Danielson with the bag around his. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff that I don't understand. Why all of a sudden all these things happening? What was the motivation behind this? What was the point? Okay, you got the world title. Well, what is the motivation behind it?
Right.
What is your goal?
Right.
And to have the Young Bucks come back and side with them.
I don't get it. I don't get it
either.
And I think the payout, you're at a point now, and maybe this is the case. Hopefully it is. You're at a point now that the person that takes that belt off of them is going to be they're going to be liked. So, but it has to be somebody big, because Swerve tried, he didn't. Samoa Joe tried, he didn't. Like, he's been defeating ex-champion after ex-champion. So whoever comes back or comes around and takes that title, it needs to be somebody big.
Well, it has to be MJF. It's the only one I can see doing it. And that's because if you notice on TV, you haven't really seen any interaction between the Syndicate and the Death Riders.
Oh, I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
That. Yeah, I like. So her Syndicate versus Death Riders with MJF.
Right.
Right. I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
If they don't swerve. Right.
Yeah. I do like that.
Yeah.
I do like that. My brain was going Darby Allin, and here's why. People may not like Darby Allin as a champion, and that may be true. But this whole shit with him climbing Mount Everest, if he gets to the top of Mount Everest, which I think he's like really close to the summit right now, if he gets to the top of Mount Everest, he plans to plant the AEW flag on top of that bitch. And if he does that, that's going to be, for that company, it's going to be big shit. So when he comes down and he's been to the top of Mount Everest and the flag of AEW flew on the top of that shit, people might get behind that shit.
Yeah, they might get behind it, but at the same time, I think you kind of, I don't know, you would have to really build him back up for that to happen.
You probably do.
Speaking of the Elite faction, I got a question.
Yeah.
Where is Jack Perry?
Bro, yes. Because I was thinking that same shit this week. Like, where the hell is Jack Perry?
Yeah.
Is he hurt? Because we haven't seen this motherfucker in forever.
Right.
Like, he lost the TNT title and we haven't seen him since.
Yeah.
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
Very good question. Because I was thinking that same thing watching Dynamite. I'm like, dude, where is Jack Perry?
Right.
And what clued me in on that is we seen Sammy Guevara. And I've been asking, like, where the hell is Sammy Guevara? But he popped back up on Dynamite. So I'm like, okay, where's Jack Perry at? Very good question.
Where's Ortiz?
Oh, I don't think you're gonna see Ortiz. I think that Pride and Powerful, that breakup, I think that damaged him real bad.
That's too bad. I like the tag team of Ortiz, Santana Ortiz. I actually like that tag team.
I liked
It's
it a lot.
unfortunate. It's unfortunate they had a split the way they did.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. But
Yeah.
Santana's actually killing it over in TNA right now.
Oh, I know he is.
Yeah, he's killing it. So, yeah, unfortunate, but hey, what are you gonna do?
And AEW is getting closer and closer to Albany, Texas.
Yep, very much.
And guess what? It's actually affordable for you to go to it.
It is, dude. You can get floor seats for like $150.
Yeah, isn't that crazy how it's affordable for you to go to it? Meanwhile, the other company has charged you $40,000 for a ticket to SummerSlam.
I know. Yeah, you get. I was looking at prices the other day. You can get floor seats for like $150. It's not.
That's what's up.
It's not expensive at all.
That's why I say, dude, the AEW could be that promotion where it's affordability for your audience.
Yep.
You know, it is what it is. I'd rather go to a wrestling show where I can go to a wrestling show and actually be entertained and not be there just to sing songs.
Right.
And by the way, the singing song thing, that started in ECW.
Yep.
And then it went further in AEW.
Yep.
Is when it happened.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're getting to a point to where their product is starting to turn around. It's getting intriguing. The prices are affordable. Why the fuck wouldn't I go to this show? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
So yeah.
I support the underdog because the corporate big company doesn't give a damn.
They don't care about your entertainment.
No, they don't. They don't care about it.
Yeah. Speaking of which, about it. let's jump into it. Let's jump into WWE.
Yep.
Speaking of storylines, the John Cena heel turn. You shaking your head already. Is it working?
No. No. I kind of wish they call an audible. Because this is not working, dude. Like it's not at all. Like it you know, I remember back in February when this happened, and people were talking about how this was going to change the business. Was it February or March? What was it? What was the elimination? Was it March, right? Is it March?
Yes, March 1st.
Okay, March. Yeah, March. Okay. So back in March, when this whole thing happened, and people were like, oh my God, this is up there with Hogan. No, it's not.
We both were on this show like, no, it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
No, it's not.
I said it then. I said the thing with Hogan's heel turn. Hogan's heel turn actually changed the business. It changed the business for WCW and WWF.
Yep.
It brought wrestling back to pop culture. That's what he did, and it revitalized his career.
Yep.
The NWO changed the business forever. Like there's no going back. Everything is. I mean, there's no going back to that. Cena's heel turn did not do any of that.
Yeah.
The business for our WWE was already good. It was already high. So if you look at it, what exactly has it done for the business? Nothing. Because they already were selling out shows. They were already hot and on fire. Okay. And Cena's not there every single week.
Yep.
So you can't put like a lot of this on, oh man, John Cena's the reason why there's something. No. It's just because WWE is hot right now. People want to go and yeet.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
more
it's
on that.
Not working. Yep. It ain't working to me because I mean, it's cool to see him in R-Truth Saturday Night's Main Event. I'm digging it. I want to, I'm going to watch that because I want to see Truth. Truth, like, dude,
Truth cut a really good promo.
He did. Saturday. I saw that. He did, and I kind of want to see Cena be the one to snap him out of that shit.
Yeah,
I want a serious R-Truth. I want him to go back to Ron the Truth Killings how he was.
Yep.
The goofy Truth. No, I'm tired of it, bro. Like, let this dude get hit on the head or something, and he just that's it.
Yep.
That's what I want to see. So I'm glad Cena his chosen truth be one of the guys he works with. That's excellent. That's great. You know?
Agreed. But yeah, man, we were talking about this. I'll say it. I said it then, and I'll say it again. The biggest mistake in this entire thing with Cena is the fact that you had mainstream hooked on this shit, and you did not capitalize on it. That is the biggest mistake they've made in this angle. Because
The Rock is the biggest mistake they made in this angle. The Rock not being there. The Rock.
I'm going to say that's the second biggest mistake.
No, it's the biggest mistake because The Rock is the catalyst of the entire story. If The Rock,
this is true.
So Cody Rhodes till he wanted his soul. Cody refuses. Cena takes up the opportunity to do it. You should have had The Rock and John Cena either at the pay-per-view or the next night on Raw. They come out and cut a promo together and explain why this happened.
Yep,
they did nothing of that.
Yep.
The first time we saw Cena after the heel turn was in Belgium. That's the first time.
Yep, that's another mistake.
Yeah,
it is you turn them and then you're overseas.
Yep.
You needed to have him in front of an American audience explaining exactly why he turned, because the American audience is probably the biggest proponent of the reason. If that was the reason he wanted to turn, is because he felt like the relationship between him and the fans were toxic. The fans overseas don't have shit to do with that. It's everybody in America.
Well, but the reason why that excuse don't fly with me is because they have been treating Cena with nothing but respect.
Right.
Every time Cena's come back, he gets that reaction. He gets the big pop from the audience. They're not booing John Cena anymore.
Right.
They're not doing it anymore.
Because
he's
been gone.
Heel turn, he's been gone.
Yeah.
The heel turn, justification for it makes no sense. When Hogan turned heel, Hogan brought up the fact that the fans were booing him. They no longer respected Hogan Mania. They turned on me.
Yeah.
Bret Hart said when he turned heel that the WWE
turned on him.
Toxic. You cheer a guy like Stone Cold Steve Austin. You cheer a guy like Shawn Michaels. You American wrestling fans pretty much suck. That is what Bret Hart's whole reason
that was his thing.
He had a legitimate reason.
Yeah.
Those are legitimate reasons. Macho Man turned heel. Why? Because you had lust for Elizabeth. That's why he turned. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Well, I have a reason for doing this. Mr. McMahon, what was the reason for him to turn? Hey, what was all the shit that was going on before that? He was getting punked out every week. He got punked out. Bret screwed Bret. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Time for Mr. McMahon for a change. Yep. Time we see the heel Vince McMahon. He would remember because he was just a commentator. Remember, he was a color commentator until Survivor Series revealed who he really was.
No one knew that he owned. Like, it wasn't public knowledge that he owned the company.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, this Cena heel turn, it does scream like there was a lot of mistakes made in it. For me, the biggest one was the turn and not being in America. But yeah, The Rock not being there definitely fucked this up. It definitely fucked it up. Right. But I don't know. He's been trying to put a Band-Aid on it, like he wants to ruin wrestling. And if you pay attention to what he's doing, a lot of fans are like siding with the fact that he said, "All right, I'm gonna ruin wrestling," and that's exactly what he's doing. But I'm like, dude, he's putting a Band-Aid on this shit.
Like, he's trying to turn chicken salad or trying to turn chicken salad.
Yep, exactly.
And it's like, it's not. I'm sorry, dude,
it's not working.
It's not working. You're not. You have changed nothing about you.
Nope.
The only thing they've changed is the graphics. You still come out there with a T-shirt for every city that you're in. It's still the same color. Rise above the hate, hustle, vulture, respect, and all that. You haven't changed anything. That's the difference. When Hogan turned, Hogan changed everything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Bret Hart didn't change anything. He was still the pink and black, but he was much more vicious. He was really the hitman. He was with the Hart Foundation. He had Jim the Anvil Neidhart, the big rhino. He had the Bulldog with him. He had Brian Pillman with him. Had Owen Hart. He had these guys with him, and it was a different Bret Hart, something we had not seen before. So that's the difference. That's the gag. You see what I'm saying?
Yep. Most definitely agree with that. So I don't know. And at this point, you kind of have to keep him there because the thing with Cody, and you kind of screwed Cody in the process.
Where is Cody? I'm sorry. Vince McMahon would have never kept Cody off TV this long.
Never. That's too long. It's too long. We haven't seen Cody since Mania, right?
Yeah.
That's way too long.
Yeah.
It's been a month. We have not seen Cody in 1 month.
Yeah. But hey, they know they're
that's
doing
too
better
long,
than we do.
bro.
Well, I'm just saying they know what they're doing better than we do. But dude, we're just fans, right? We're just marks.
Hey, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, but listen, they know what they're doing, bro. It'll all work out. They have a plan. They've always had a plan. It'll be good. It's great, man. Everything is good.
Hey, I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
I'm about to go on a little side rant right quick.
Go ahead.
Okay. This is really just pissing me off. So as we're recording this show right now, I am technically on eBay at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just looking around, and I'm looking specifically for the Revenge of the Sith popcorn bucket that came out during the re-release. And you can tell the true fans like myself, obviously. And then you can tell the scalpers. So some jackoff wants for the 10 popcorn bucket and a cup, $180 fucking dollars.
Somebody's gonna pay that too.
Scalp. No, they're not going to pay it. You know why they're not going to pay it? I'm gonna tell you why they won't pay it.
Why?
Because I could print the shit out myself.
Well, you can.
So why would I pay that? Just for me to hold some damn popcorn like this one right here, the AMC bucket. It says has sound effect with the breathing noise. Dude, I got a Darth Vader popcorn bucket in my kitchen right now. I'll just hook the damn sound up to it myself. It needs some popcorn out the motherfucker. That's my little side rant. Fuck you scalpers.
But people, we live in an age where people will do that shit because somebody will pay.
$215 for a fucking cup.
Yeah. Somebody will buy that shit, bro.
Yeah, fucking crackhead. Shit.
But that's the age that we live in. Bro, that is the age that we live in.
Like I said, it's
somewhere.
bullshit. It's bullshit. Fuck scalpers. They keep real fans like myself because I'm not paying that shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm not paying that. That's bullshit.
No, I agree.
A $24 item, you want to sell it for $200?
Don't.
You out, man, I'll bitch slap you just like that.
Yeah, don't pay that shit, man.
Now
but that's what I'm saying. That's the age that we live in. Marks will buy that shit.
Yeah, fuck the age we live in, bro. That's bullshit.
It is.
They went to the damn theater. Yeah, I'll take all the cups and tins you have.
And then I'm gonna sell that shit on eBay.
Yeah, cocksucking motherfucker. That's my rant for today.
I love it. But someone somewhere is dumb enough to buy that.
They're fucking stupid.
Hey, man.
When the Phantom Menace got re-released, I bought 2 cups in a tin. It cost me $30.
Yeah.
This one here, because Cinemark released the shit at the theater, all these fucktards went and bought all the damn things up. People couldn't buy them. And now they're $200, $300, $400 on fucking eBay. Yep. They're going to continue to sit there too, bro. Nobody's going to buy it. Just like when this guy right here behind me was being scalped and nobody bought him. And then it's like when they put him back at Home Depot, oh, fuck. Oh, I'll drop the price down to $250. Fuck you and your Vader.
Nah, real shit. I hate that shit, but I understand this is the times, bro. People just want to be like, why don't you just build that shit yourself, bro? Like, why you gotta do that shit? And it's not just shit like that. You see what they're doing with the tickets.
Yeah,
Somebody
you know
will buy that shit.
what? Yeah, you know what's funny about that? I'll tell you right now. All right. If you want to help Frank D Vader get a popcorn bucket, you can always cash app the boy right here. You know what I'm saying? $sign FDC 38. You want to contribute to the fund. Hey, listen, I'm not afraid to shill.
Love the cheap plug. I love it.
Yeah, cheap plug. The cheap pop, yeah, cheap plug.
Yeah, I love it.
Goddamn right. Hey, do what I do.
Hey, I love it, man. I love it. But anything else? Because we're about to get into shots of thoughts. Final shots.
Nah, we can go to final shots. I took that one right there.
All right, let's hit the final shots of thoughts. You want to know something funny? Is I have one of those too.
Oh, you have the one. You have this one that follows you around the house.
No, that one don't follow me around the house.
Oh no, this motherfucker follows me. It's
a
remote control.
fuck all that.
Yeah. No, so I was when we were doing that intermission. I was because it's sitting right here on my desk. I'm like, Grogu is really an ugly motherfucker, man.
Yeah, he is. Mine's on the couch, and when I saw it, I was like, "That's funny as shit."
Yeah.
Oh shit. But program note. Tonight, well, for the listeners, follow Awesome Zone TTRPG. Tonight on the Patreon, they will be live streaming their new session. Great. It's a great show. So if you want to follow along, they create these stories, create an environment is fucking amazing. So they'll be up live tonight. We have a whole bunch of new shows out this week. So make sure go to thedfpn.com. You can catch all the shows. Again, donate to Frank D's Cash App. $ FDC 38. Help the boy out. Let's get his cosplay. Let's get his cosplay shit up.
Hey, seriously, that's what it goes for.
Yeah.
It goes for materials. Filming costs money, people.
Yep, absolutely.
And I'm doing it for the kids. No joke.
Absolutely. I do want to shout out because we started a reaction series on Patreon. It's exclusive to Patreon. Me and Jen from Queens of Nerdom. She's never watched wrestling,
right?
And so I was like, well, I want to take you and show you some matches like I fell in love with. The reason I fell in love with wrestling. You just react. Let me know what you're doing. Give me your honest feedback. So we started. We did our first episode, and we started with Mankind versus Undertaker, 1998 King of the Ring, Hell of the Cell. That's where we started. Dude, the reaction is amazing. so
may I suggest one real quick?
Go ahead.
Hostile Takeover match, Bash at the Beach '96.
That's on the list. That's definitely on the list. So we're gonna go there, and we'll just keep reacting. But that first reaction, just getting her reaction from that match. It was gold. So go to Patreon. It's on Patreon right now. It's called NGP Jen Reacts. We'll keep that series going. She's really excited about the next one. So we'll keep doing them, man. So it's great. So make sure you guys follow us on Patreon for that, because that is going to be on Patreon. So
cool. Dope.
Yeah, man. What you got?
Well, what I got is this. Which one's bigger? The Yes movement or the Heat movement?
Oh, we missed that one. Good shit. I'm gonna say yes right now. I know this match. Shout out to Matt because he asked it in the No Gimmicks podcast fan group.
Yeah.
At the time, I said yeet slightly because doing that this day and age is an achievement.
Right.
Getting audience participation. But the yes movement itself changed the WrestleMania.
It did. That's the difference.
Yep.
It changed WrestleMania. You inserted a person into a match organically,
Yep.
which was Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
So I say the yes movement was definitely, you had to be a part of that shit. Even though I did not like the authority angle, that
Right.
was the authority, that was just horrible. Just that was bad TV.
Yep.
I didn't like that.
Yep.
No knocking Jey Uso on what he's doing with the yeet movement, but the yes movement is where it was.
Yeah.
Man. You had to be there to witness that, to see
Yep.
this guy, how Bryan Danielson got over.
Crazy that was.
Yeah. How rabid these fans were for them, and it carried on into AEW.
Yep. So I'm gonna give it to the yes movement. And again, I know I said at the time because I was like, yeah, what he's doing now, and that's basically because I did go to WrestleMania and to see that audience, the entire audience doing the yeet, I was like, dude, this is insane for him to be able to get that type of reaction. But the fact that I went back and thought about it, I was like, hold on. Daniel Bryan's yes movement actually changed WrestleMania. So I got to give you that. If you changed it, and at that time, the lore of WrestleMania was still big. So if you go back and you change a WrestleMania, a main event of WrestleMania, bro, I got to give you that.
Absolutely.
I got to give it to you. So yeah. The yes movement for me is definitely it definitely. I don't know if you could top that. Honestly, I mean, Cody's movement to finish the story shit did change WrestleMania too, but on the scale of the yes movement, I don't think that's there either.
No.
So
I think it's just go back to that WrestleMania.
Yeah,
and
that WrestleMania,
see how big it was.
Yeah, that WrestleMania was crazy, and how because they even had like when they did the audience shit, when they brought out the audience and the audience actually stopped the Raw. They were on to something from then on. That shit became a monster. So
I agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with yes.
That's where I'm at. What they say? No yeet.
No yeet.
But I like to yeet. I yeet.
I do too. It's actually fun to do.
Yeah, I've done it.
Yeah. It's actually fun to do. I was like, I don't get this shit, but actually being in the audience and doing that shit, I was like, okay, this shit is fun.
Yeah.
This shit is fun to do.
Yeah, when I went to SmackDown when it was affordable, I did it.
Yeah, so good shit.
Yeah,
good shit. Because I totally forgot about that. Good bring up.
Right.
What else you got?
Nothing much. Same old shtick. Help control the pet population. Have your pet spayed or neutered. Been seeing a lot of people that have been surrendering their dogs lately because they can't handle it. Why did you get them if you couldn't handle it? And now they're in a kill shelter. Bunch of bullshit.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. So, yeah, bunch of bullshit. So let's help control the pet population. Have your pet spayed or neutered. And also, it's hot outside. You wouldn't like to walk out there barefoot. Your damn dog don't want to walk out there barefoot either. And also, listen, stop letting your cats go outside and then you put up post after post after post about how the little motherfucker didn't come back. I'm tired of reading it. It's a Ring app for a reason, not my cat's missing. Oh, has anyone seen my package?
Bro, you so right. That's the funny part because you right as shit. Like I have the Ring app too, and like every fucking hour, it's like
right. I'm like, what does this have to do? Yeah. Now, missing package up here. Did you have my package? Was that gunshots out there? Motherfucker, it's Texas. What the fuck you think?
Bro, the Ring app is wild.
Yeah.
like the most nefarious shit happens.
Like,
on
bro,
TV.
like they always come with the bullshit. There's their gunshots, motherfucker. There's a fucking ranch right here. They're shooting at the animals and keep the coyotes from coming on their property. What the fuck?
Yo, that's so fucking accurate. That's so fucking accurate.
Hey.
Gunshots. Did you hear them? Like,
Yeah, we motherfucking know I didn't hear it. I'm in the damn. I'm working on my shit. I ain't got time to be worrying about that.
Bro, that's funny as fuck.
Oh, they forgot to pick up my trash can.
That's funny as fuck because that is the truth. That's the absolute truth.
Hi, did anybody not get their trash picked up today? Because they skipped me. I don't know. Pay your bill, motherfucker.
Loud music. Please turn down your radio.
Some of us have to sleep. So the person over there, the person that's blasting your music right now, I work at night. I don't want to hear your music in the day. It's 11 o'clock in the morning.
That is fucking hilarious.
Turn that damn WWF down.
Lower the prices so I can get out of my house.
Exactly. Why don't you put that lightsaber away? No, I'm gonna do that one day. I'm gonna just go outside in the middle of the tree, just take the lightsaber, just start fucking just.
Hold on, because you're not fucking lying. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Missing cat.
Exactly.
Missing cat.
Thought I was bullshit.
Found 2 dogs, 2 missing dogs, 2 lost dogs. Black German Shepherd.
Right.
Oh my God, there's sirens everywhere, bro. That's fucking hilarious.
Here's an accurate post. Rattlesnakes are out. Just found this one in my backyard after letting the dogs out. Be careful.
Yeah, okay. No, that's valid.
That's a valid one. Yep. That's a valid one. But when you're up here talking about someone got my Walmart order, my milk was in there. Fuck your Walmart order.
That is funny.
That's the way we get down here on No Gimmicks.
That's funny as fuck.
Yeah. Our beloved cat is missing.
Yeah.
This is day 5.
Bro, like my whole
He's still a young teen. Oh, fuck out of here.
My whole ring shit is like lost animal.
Yeah.
2 found animals.
Yeah.
Sirens. Gunshots. That shit is funny.
Yeah. I'm like telling time, bro. Just, calling into the sheriff's department, they'll come out. They'll have somebody 927 see the area, see if they find anything.
Yep.
They won't find shit. We live next to a damn ranch. There's ranchers. There's cattle, horses, all kind of shit.
Yep.
God
That's
damn.
funny.
Hey, Karen, that kid is out there again. He's looking at the house.
Oh, shit. That's funny.
That's all I got, bro. Don't forget, Dee Cosplay on Instagram.
Donate, help your boy, and follow.
If you want to donate, Cash App, FDC 38. That's all I got. That's it,
man. So thank y'all for tuning in. Till next time, keep us in the fucking charts. In the meanwhile, next time. Till then, have fun. Take care of each other. Enjoy.
Hey, remember that movie South Central back in the day? Deuce up there. remember Deuce? Yeah.
Deuce, cuz.
Yeah, Deuce. That's a good movie.
It is a good movie. I'm about to go watch that shit.
Yeah. Deuce.
All right, y'all. Y'all be easy. Peace.
Peace.
I'll add that on there.